Welcome Wet Shave fans. Today I'm going to shave with some of the other budget gear that I talked about in my previous video. I'll be using the Omega S brush, the S10065. I believe I misstated it in my previous video and called it a 66, but it's a 65. And for the soap today, I will be shaving with Arko, and I've taken the shave stick because it's semi-soft and just mushed it down into the bottom of a little bowl here to make lathering easy. And for the razor, I will be using the Lord L6. And for today's shave, I will be using the one of the blades that came with it, which is a Lord Super Platinum. Sorry, Super Stainless. Alrighty, I'll get my brush wet here. The synthetics don't need to soak. Unlike a regular, or I should say a natural hairbrush. So I just get it wet, shake out the excess water, and then start loading up the brush. And you can see that this Arko is nice and soft, so it doesn't take much to load it. And that nice lemon scent starts coming out. Although it's not nearly as strong as when I first unloaded it, unwrapped it. There we go, got a nice paste going in there. And for my lather bowl today, I'll just be using one from my cupboard. And I've had it, I like a nice warm lather, so I've had it soaking in the warm water in the sink. You can see that Arko just starts foaming right up. It forms a nice, luxurious lather. And if you happen to get a little too much water into your lather, then one thing to do is not to panic, just keep lathering it, because it doesn't take much for that extra little bit of water to evaporate, and chances are you still have a lot of soap down in the brush. And so if you just keep lathering it, you'll pull that soap out, get a good mix. Because really what you're trying to do is take big bubbles and make small bubbles so that you get that good kind of thick, peaky, not too thick though, you don't want it pasty, you want it lathery, I guess, kind of like a nice soft yogurt. All right. I'm just going to work this into my beard a little bit. I went ahead before I started shaving and soaked my face. It's the evening, so I haven't taken a shower. You can see just how easy this Arko was to lather, and it creates just a great luxurious lather. And it's got plenty of glide, plenty of cushion. Just an all-around fabulous performing soap. And the fact that it's very affordable just makes it that much cooler, in my opinion. It performs every bit as well, I think, as some of my more expensive artisan soaps. All right. Well, without further ado, this I should say is my third shave on this blade, so we'll see. And it's worth saying again, and every time I shave, to remember no pressure. Let the razor do the work. Pushing the razor into your face will only get you razor burn and nicks and weepers. And if you haven't watched any of my previous shave videos, then I should mention that this is across the grain on my neck. I found that if I do multiple across the grain passes, I get a good shave with a lot less irritation, and my hair grows in from the sides and meets actually over on this side and it does a swirl pattern. So it's important to know which way the direction of your hair grows so that you can adjust your shave accordingly. If you're getting a lot of irritation, or if you overdid it the day before or something, then you can just go with the grain and get a decent shave without trying to go for that baby butt smooth and maybe really causing a lot of irritation to your face. You don't want to do that. That means you wouldn't be able to shave again for at least a couple days. You'd have to let it wait. What fun is that? All right, there was one quick pass. So here we go for the second pass. And I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I just really love the feel of the brush and the soap on my face. So if you ever wonder why I seem to do a lot of painting and lather, it's just I just enjoy that feel. All right, second pass. Second pass on the upper area of my face, I'll go across the grain. And I have to say about these, the Lord blade that I have in here right now, it shaves just fine, but it's not my favorite blade just because I can really feel it. My little spot there. I can really feel it on my face as I shave. And some other blades that I like a little better, I can't really feel when I'm shaving. They just seem to glide over better and whack the whiskers without me really even noticing. So your mileage may vary. That's just how my face reacts to this particular blade. And it may be completely different if I were to put it in one of my other razors. So that is what I will do, because I have, I don't know, more than 10 of them. So I'll try it with a different razor and maybe a few different razors and see if one of those maybe does a little something better for me with this blade before I, give it a yay or a nay. Because it just can really be different in a different razor. It's amazing. A blade is a blade is a blade is what I always thought until I started trying a bunch of different ones. I'm really amazed at how much variation you can get just from day to day or from, one blade in a pack to another and from one razor to another. Now you can see that's my third pass, but I still have just tons of lather left in the brush, and there's still tons to go just in the bowl if I were to, work that in. So just love this soap. It's for, if you buy it in the 12 pack for $1 and change per stick, just a phenomenal deal. All right, third pass. I'm gonna go, I think for this one I'll do cross the grain the other direction on top. Since I shaved yesterday, I don't want to go against the grain because that would tend to give me irritation. Let's see, I started down below. So on this pass, I'm actually going to go this way at a bit of an angle. Found that just changing it up a little bit on the angle each time could really make a difference. There we go. Now I'll rinse off and see how I did. Both the previous times with this razor and blade, I have gotten baby butt smooth with no problems at all, especially up top, and a really good shave down below. So despite the fact that I can feel that blade on my face, which is makes me a little uncomfortable while I'm shaving, it actually gives me a great shave. All right, I've just got a couple of my typical spots there that are going to need a little extra love. So you can see how much extra lather there is there. If I was doing my whole face in the 3-pass shave, I have plenty to do it. All right, no issues up top other than just my little chin there, right where it goes into it. That's almost always a problem. So I will go ahead and hit that against the grain. There we go. And then just a couple of those trouble spots here on the wings of my neck. And then this other wing over here. And I'll just clean up the rest of that soap with and across the grain. All right, there we go. 3 passes in the cleanup. Actually, no irritation to speak of. Some of it, of course, doesn't show up till later, but I think that is a heck of a nice shave. I'm really almost BBS here, even just going across the grain twice instead of going against the grain. So, I cannot say that is a bad blade. It's just not as comfortable to shave with for me. But the razor itself, this Lord L6 razor is just for any price, is just a heck of a good performer. It's not always the most beautiful razor. There's some, I don't know if you can see there up on the sides, there's some little, spots that they could have polished a little bit more. You can see from where it was molded, a little mold flashing line and stuff like that. And the handle's light, but it just shaves awesome. So what can you say? for about 10 bucks on Amazon. It's a heck of a deal. All right, so for my cleanup today, I am going to use, instead of the witch hazel, I'm going to use some of the alum block. And really, if you didn't know, the alum block does everything that an aftershave does. And so does the witch hazel. So if you wanted to, you could stop right there without doing an aftershave. The aftershave is just to add scent if you want it. But the aftershave, its whole job is to get some alcohol on your face and make sure that you don't get infections if you happen to, have nicked yourself or anything. And then it adds scent. So the alum does that. The witch hazel does the same thing, just without the scent, although you can get witch hazel with scent. So another alternative to aftershave would be an aftershave balm. And I've got several ones, but the one I'm going to use today is from Arko. I figure it was fitting. I enjoy this. This was actually sent to me from my good buddies over at the Shoebox Shave Shop. So I made a big order of brushes to give away as gifts, and they were nice enough to, throw me in a little goodie, which I thought was very cool of them. Really great guys over there. If you need to order something from them, do not hesitate, because you will get great service for sure. At least that's my experience. When I ordered my big order of brushes, they were short one of them. They didn't have all of them. So he called me first thing in the morning, explained to me that they're just one short and offered some alternatives. And so I just got a different color. Not a big deal at all for me, since I'm just giving them out. But, just great customer service. Called me first thing. We got it taken care of. He got it in the mail within an hour. It was amazing. I got the tracking notice and stuff, and then it actually showed up. I ordered it Thursday night. He called me Friday morning and got it in the mail Friday morning, and it showed up on my door Monday morning, or afternoon actually. So I don't live too far from him, just a few states over, so that makes it nice. All right, there you go. A little bit of aftershave balm, which will give me some moisture, as well as a lot of the other things that an aftershave would do. It would keep me from getting infections or anything like that. But it adds the moisture and scent. So moisture and aftershave balm is a great alternative. And for a lot of my shaves, an aftershave balm is what I reach for, especially if I get a little too close. All right, well, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you'd like to see what I'm going to be doing next, go ahead and click the subscribe button. And if you have any comments or tips or anything like that, please feel free to leave them below, and I will talk to you later. Have a great shave.